Secret Invasion. Actually, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's good to be back. My boy Jovi held it down. He watched Ninja Turtles. He watched some Gran Turismo. Both reviews are up right now. And he liked them both. So, that's it's a good sign. Some good
Truly.
movies are out that you all can go see. Go check out those reviews. But unfortunately, we're not going to talk about something we like today because if you saw the Graham, Jovi, he had me watch Secret Invasion. It finished up, I think, the week before last. So we're going to talk about it. Full spoilers included.
Right.
Now, Jovi, if I had watched this, or if we had recorded this the moment after I saw the finale, this might have been like a 45-minute video because I had a lot to say. But I've calmed down, so
Awesome.
I feel like I've become very concise with my reservations because it's really just like one overarching thing that happened that made a lot of things disappointing.
Right. No, I literally
Yeah.
was going to say the same thing. Like, I was very disgusted. Now I'm kind of just like, I don't care enough anymore. Like, I was so like, just like, oh my God, what was this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, bro,
If
it's
this is
kind
what
of
y'all gonna do, right? And
yeah.
that's kind of
It's kind of like those like we talk about. I'm not saying I'm not trying to like compare quality or anything, but like the Disney live action remakes where we say, did you justify existing?
right.
Did this show justify existing? Did this show need to happen? I don't think it did. And
No.
because it did, there are some repercussions that are pretty stupid in my opinion. But I'm gonna let you know what it's gonna be fun for me. I'm gonna let you go, and I want to see if you dislike the same thing I dislike, and if you liked anything that I might have liked. So why don't you go ahead, Jovi?
What I like and what I dislike, or like, I mean, I always start off with my dislikes.
Yes.
I dislike the entire second half of the season.
Uh, okay. What started the second half? I guess that you say you disliked. What was?
It went from a spy show to a convoluted mess of just
Stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
It just was like, we are going to do 14 things in one episode. And then we're going to like introduce a plot point to make you feel like it's going to go somewhere, when literally all the way to the end, they introduce something new that goes nowhere. It all goes nowhere. We lost two major characters that went nowhere.
I agree.
We got introduced to another character that I guess we love, Brody. I don't know. Does anyone really love War Machine?
I mean, I like Don Cheadle's portrayal.
I like Don Cheadle, but
Yeah.
see, that's his rendition of his it's no Terrence Howard, but it's like, now you're all of that to tell me that this guy really does not mean anything to our Marvel universe. Like,
You could say that about him and Nick Fury, bro.
yeah,
The way this show did it.
This was supposed to, like, I guess what we were expecting, showing how dope Nick Fury is.
Exactly. And it did the exact opposite.
And so that's why I don't like it. And again, if you would have got us right afterwards, because like, I called people, I texted, I tried to ask my wife if she finished. She still hasn't finished. And I was just like, yo, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, no.
And I was like,
you know what? I texted Jovi. I don't like texting you before we get on camera, but I texted you after I watched it. I was like, bro, this shit is so bad. I was so ticked off.
He did. So I'll say that. I'll let you do my
So so you touched on some of what I was getting at.
right.
The overarching problem with this show, it was supposed to be a Nick Fury show, right?
Hmm.
And show how great a super spy he is. What did
Hmm.
he say? There's a line in the show and in the trailer. I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in. Like it was supposed to be Sam Jackson's shining moment. And this show just every episode just undercut him more and more and more.
Hmm.
Um,
It made him so not, because Nick Fury not being super is what makes him so awesome, but it also him not being soft. Humans are soft. And I feel like that's like something he doesn't have. He's caring and understanding, but he was never soft. This joint just made him seem like he's just some guy.
yeah. So no, exactly. I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
So oh, the first episode, right? We end with Maria Hill getting killed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my God.
his,
That
his, his right hand person getting killed.
correct.
And I'm like, okay, if you can justify this, this is his motivation. This is why he's going to do what he needs to do. Okay, fine.
Right.
Nothing ever came of that. He didn't even avenge her in the show for real.
No.
The person who killed her was taken out by someone completely different.
Oh
So
gosh.
what was the point of that?
I wouldn't even, we didn't get there yet. But continue. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And then that's just like that was just the beginning, right? Then in the second episode, we understand that we learn, that the Skrulls he's been helping, basically, there are so many more of them living under his nose. And the great Nick Fury, he had no idea that this happened.
He had no idea
that there were Skrulls.
A quarter of our planet. A quarter of our planet is Skrulls.
And then just I guess the comic book side of me, because the actual Secret Invasion comic book was about the Skrulls basically being here. Like Tony Stark discovered that the hero Elektra was actually a Skrull for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And so that's what, quote unquote, the Secret Invasion was, them just taking over our heroes. Right. So they want to change it here, okay, but I guess the quote unquote Secret Invasion was them just taking over world leaders.
Yeah.
And
running this.
Half of them didn't even want to do anything. Yeah.
It's like you're running our planet, but you don't want to be here. So like, what's the point?
Yeah, I like the plan was just convoluted and stupid to me, to be honest with you. I feel like that's the big thing. The plan was dumb. Rhodey being a Skrull, I really like, I guess that was supposed to be the big shock moment. That was supposed to be the thing that captured the audience. I felt it was pretty lame. I think it was developed and executed very stupidly.
Yeah. I mean, and
he's been a Skrull since at least since what, Civil War. So
that is what we are led to believe. And I talked to Matt about this, and the director says, well, yeah, you think, shut up. Just be quiet. Stop trying to justify what you did. Right? Yeah. Don't say that you think, because it automatically, everybody's gonna be like, oh, this is part of it. This is canon. He wasn't even there when Tony died. And it's just like, because you think, or we can just say, maybe he went in for a check-in and that's when they stole him. Because saying that he was not there for that entire time, that he was in a place that had nuclear, like, he's just sitting in this thing that's controlling his mind, and he's just there for that long in a place that had radiation. And nothing.
Bro, they said he had been, when they took him out, they said he was there for a very long time. So I mean,
but he walked.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, but the logic there, I can.
It's like try to figure that. It just started becoming this jumbled mess of, like, everybody was so excited with that conversation between him and Sam Jackson about literally just what it's like to be a black man and and high
Uh-huh.
positions, right?
Uh-huh.
That conversation means nothing too.
Exactly. You took you. That was gonna. I had two more points about Rhodey. You took it. You took the
Yeah.
first one. That whole conversation. What was the point? Now it's stupid. It just like you just it doesn't hit anymore because he's an
Him
alien the whole
drinking,
time.
like him drinking and having liquor on his breath. Is that a scroll trait? Is that like if if a scroll drinks too much, they smell like straight? Like, what was the point of that?
Oh, you mean that line when he said, "Why do you smell like that?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that was about, bro. That was not explained. Yeah, that's
Uh,
weird.
and
But
it's
also
just
the
like,
other thing about Rhodey, at the end, when Sam Jackson's like president, he's a scroll, and the girl has a bullet or a gun to his neck,
yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, he's threatening to destroy the world. He's a scroll, bro. You like at this point, it's 100% confirmed he's a scroll. Why the heck did they wait so long to shoot him? Like seriously, it was a good 7 or 8 minutes of a 37-minute finale, which was dumb, by the way. But 7 or 8 minutes, they're just sitting there and they're like, "Yeah, this guy's a scroll. He's dangerous. I have a gun to his head. If I shoot him, he'll turn into a scroll. But I'm just gonna talk about it this whole time, bruh."
I,
That was that.
you
That is
talking
the type
about
of stuff that
being
irritates me.
convinced that somebody's a scroll. The president has to be one if he's that dumb. And
Yeah, and that yeah, and like, but it just it like that roadie type that type of I guess storytelling
right,
or I guess I don't even know, like filming, whatever you want to call it. The way they did that to just take up runtime
yeah,
irritated the mess out of me. And
yeah.
there are a lot of examples like that, but I want to stick with that. I'm not gonna like Rhodey. Just he was bad. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh no,
Getting back
Brody.
to yeah,
Then
getting back to Nick Fury's thing.
yeah,
It's like I said, every episode his power seemed to like you just got more and more glimpse of how he's just like some dude who just fell into this. Like
right,
his partner Talos gave an entire speech about how you just you basically had scrolls running intelligence for you, and if you didn't have them, you'd still be behind the desk. Like
right,
you're not that guy. He
right,
basically told him you're not that guy.
right.
Sam Jackson just stood there, and the way they did it, like I guess I'm kind of forced to believe that that's true. So again, you weaken his character.
Like truly, it just made everything that he did seem so minuscule.
Yeah, and also something he did was pretty messed up. He said, "I knew very soon after I recruited you that I wasn't going to hold up my end of the deal." So he
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
find them a planet, and
I like that side of it. It just shows that he isn't necessarily the good guy in all of this.
yeah, he's not. But he's not a good. So Nick Fury's always operated, I guess, in the gray in the comics, right? He's not.
Right.
I guess he's the. I don't want to say anti-hero, but he's one of those people who does what's necessary, kind of like Amanda Waller, but to a
Yeah.
lesser extent.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he basically displaced these people, and he like they are in a worse place at the end of the show than they were when he came at the beginning. So what
Right.
did he actually accomplish here?
No,
What did he accomplish in this show? I guess that's the big thing, bro. Like they're being hunted. There are people who are just shooting people because they think they're scrolls and killing them.
Yeah.
And like the planet is in disarray. And what did he do? He just went back up to a space station and left. Like,
Man,
come on, man. Like Nick Fury.
he's
You're right, he's not a hero, but he that is not something he would do. He would not leave something in a worse situation. Like that is just terrible.
not. Yeah, it was like the job wasn't done. The mission wasn't complete.
Exactly.
And it's like it seems like all of these Marvel shows are ending in these like chaos type fashion.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, I don't. It's not making me excited for like all of this to say I still don't care about the Marvels. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
give me,
I don't.
you
I
didn't
don't
get
care about that movie.
you didn't give me anything to be like, okay, but they mentioned the Kree multiple times, and it's just like, okay, I know they're in that movie, but how are we connecting any of this just convoluted, just mess?
Mess is the right word. Notice how I didn't even mention the villain. I don't remember his name, bro. He was in the Barbie movie. I remember his name.
Yes, he was.
Probably one of the worst villains. That
Gravik. Yeah,
Huh?
Gravik.
Gravik.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that was his name.
And then
Probably one of the, I mean, he at the beginning he seemed kind of cool when he was like, "What gives me the right?" Fury lied to us, all this stuff, but then he just became like he was just whining, bro.
Yeah.
And again, I can't get over just some of the decisions in this show. So Nick Fury collected all of the Avengers DNA and put it in a little vial and actually gave it to this dude, right?
Right.
This dude then uses his super machine to become a super scroll. And did you notice how, like, why, like, when he turns on the machine, he thinks it's Nick Fury there?
Yeah.
Why would he, like, I know villains have, like, that villain logic, but this was just beyond stupid. Why are you turning on your machine with Nick Fury in it? Like, what is wrong with you, bro?
And it's like, were you going to get Nick Fury's DNA too? Like, did you, even if it was a human, what was going to be the effects? Like, was it just going to automatically kill him? Is that what he was getting at? Did he anticipate that? But then it was Gaia, and then she ended up having a super arm, and they fought for.
She can use Ant-Man's powers, even though Ant-Man doesn't have powers. He has a suit.
It just
and now she's like the most powerful thing there is
in the MCU.
In the MCU, she's the most powerful thing there is, and it was in this TV show that probably nobody watched, and we don't know how it's going to tie into any of the future projects. Like, this show was a mess. Like we're all over the place. This show was all over the place. Like it was a mess, y'all.
They the biggest thing that really upsets me about the whole, just like how they went about this, is they told the director not to read the comics.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's done for you. How many times do we have to say it? How many times does John on the corner have to say it? How many times does Tiffany in California have to tell you? If it's already written for you and will tie into the series pretty damn good. The Skrulls could have been off-brand characters that they introduced, and it wasn't just all of this, like, all of the Avengers that we know.
Exactly, bro.
There was an opportunity here to have a very similar story, but it actually makes sense at the end.
Yeah. Like, Nick Fury could have come. There could have been some off-brand heroes, some, maybe some Thunderbolt recruits or something like that we had never seen or anything. And
I just got goosebumps. That would have been amazing. And then we would have saw Thunderbolts, and then that would have made sense. Yeah. If you're telling me this was supposed to get me excited for the Marvels,
it failed. I didn't know that. Yeah, I actually
failed completely
to lead into that.
Yeah.
I don't usually like going with like I feel like there are a lot of toxic MCU haters. There are people who hate on MCU just because they hate on them. So I don't usually like talking about something this much if I dislike it. But I feel like this was such an epic failure, like, on their part. And I just, it needed to be said, bro. Like, these Disney Plus shows have gotten worse and worse, and there's some I've actually just totally skipped. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, it's become so I guess diluted with bad shows that good shows I'm starting to double like I'm going to watch Loki because me and you do this. If I were, if this were before we on our channel, I don't know if I would
even touch it
to watch it. I would be like, I'm probably done with Disney for a while and just go to the movies when I need to go to the movies. But excuse me. But I mean, Loki's probably going to be amazing. But it's just there's been so much bad and so many bad decisions recently. Like, I don't know what they're doing. And this seriously was like, for Nick Fury's solo outing, bro. I can't get over how bad it just was. The man came after he had been gone and then left, and nothing changed. Like, nothing changed.
Like you said, he left it worse than what it was.
Yeah, bro. I mean, seriously, if he had never come, would anything have even been different? Like, I mean,
the World War III is what they kept getting at. Like, that would have happened.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay, maybe that's true.
But
That's true.
when
I
it
guess
comes to
Rhodey.
story wise and Marvel, you changed nothing. You made a character that didn't need to exist.
Yeah, but so even here's the thing though, he wasn't even really involved in stopping the World War III, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, Gaia took care of the big bad for him.
Right.
Talos and all the other scrolls and his wife, they had major parts. This dude, I mean, and even what's her name? Olivia Colman's character. I don't even remember what her name is, but the MI6 agent.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
did major things.
Right.
Nick Fury, like, I mean, he was just honestly, he was just another guy. He was just another guy there. He didn't feel like the star of his own show, and
No.
that I think that is what it comes down to. Man. That's what it comes down to. I don't even know if I have anything good. Like, I didn't even like the fight between the two scrolls in the end. I was just like, yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
I was like, yeah, I didn't care.
It was horrible. It was like this off-brand, like, yo, King Vader just made a freaking movie. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hellspawn Cosplay and everybody else that worked on that. And that was better than that last fight.
Oh yeah. Real quick, is that movie? Is it on YouTube yet?
Yeah. It's on his page.
I know it debuted at DreamCon.
Yeah, but it's like, not saying that, I mean, comparatively, you're talking about Marvel, you're talking about Disney, and y'all are making just
how much money did they put into this, bro? They have
bull,
millions upon millions and millions of dollars.
just like bull crap endings, bro. Like the fight was just like this, even the CG, and then
it wasn't good.
The way they were fighting, it was just, and then it ended, and it was like the worst 2 minutes of my life,
bro. Yeah, you have all of the Avengers powers. Let me take a jump in logic and just assume you know how to use them all. This is the best you could have done with it. Like, I mean, yeah.
And then how did he get the DNA from the Thanos's like people? It doesn't make sense.
I think okay. Well, because I think they got it from the when Thanos came to Earth and they fought.
So he just was going around swabbing people. He was going around and swabbing people. He was like, all right, let me get a little bit of that DNA.
Oh yeah, that yeah. Again, there were several. Like, this one took a lot of liberties with our turning our brains off, man.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't. I really didn't.
I'll leave on this, and like I said, I enjoyed the first half of this show so much that I was sicing. I was telling people, man, you need to watch this.
Yeah. And
then I got to the point where I stopped talking about it. And then it was so bad that I get mad at the internet for ruining it for people. Like, give people at least 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that Wednesday afternoon, I saw the arm. And I was just like, the fuck? What is that? What is that? And I was so mad. And that's what I posted. I said, well, another show ruined by the internet. No, it wasn't ruined by the internet. It was ruined by Marvel Studios. Yeah. Okay? That's what it was ruined by. And it's not just Disney, y'all. Somebody at Marvel Studios let this go through too.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like everybody's complaining. And then, the CEO, Disney CEO, I really liked him. And then now just hearing all the bad things that Bob's doing, the other Bob Iger, it's like, come on, bro. You're going to complain and say Disney Plus is the reason that Disney's going under?
Oh, yeah.
When y'all are the ones producing these shows, you are doing it. You can't blame something that
that's an interesting thing. Because I remember when he said it, he was like, yeah, it's too diluted. And I was like, yeah, but you're the one who's letting it get diluted, right?
I guess that introduced Disney Plus before he stepped down.
I
4
guess
years ago.
I guess what he's saying. I'm trying to. I guess he's trying to say it was a mistake, but they're not stopping. It doesn't.
No,
So
they're not, but there's more.
yeah.
Every 6 months, we get some type of announcement.
Yeah, I just actually heard. I think next year we're supposed to get like the most superhero movies ever to come out in a year.
Oh.
Which is gonna be interesting because there's a VFX strike that's in the brewing. I don't know if you heard about that, but the visual artists are like, "Yeah, this is enough, Marvel."
So we're just not. We're gonna go back to comic books and video games, y'all, because
yeah,
clearly
like
we're not gonna have a channel for movies anymore. Because they're
honestly,
just
no, real talk, Jovi. We're gonna get to a point like if these things keep getting as bad as Secret Invasion, I'm just not gonna want to talk about them anymore.
Right.
Like we could talk about them like on the gram, do like a minute video, be like we don't like it, but I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get online, set up lights and everything to talk about stuff like this. It's just not gonna be worth it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, what are you giving this as a series that probably will never get a sequel because it was so bad?
Dog, I didn't even think about a score. If I were to give it a score, the only thing that saves this on is probably the performances from some of the characters and the potential I saw at the end of the first episode.
Right.
I'm giving this a 2, and that's hard. I want to go 1.5. I'm gonna give it a 2. That's what I'd give this show.
Well, we're completely aligned. It's a 2. You can't get anything higher when half your season doesn't hit.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Joey said, you automatically lost the point because there's me and him. We will never watch this again.
No,
like no, I'm not.
And I can't recommend it either.
Yeah.
There's certain movies and certain shows we've watched that I can be like, yo, go watch that. I can't recommend this because you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like even if you don't know comics and you don't know Marvel and you just like, oh, I'm going to watch this because I want to get into, you're going to be like, this was not good.
Yeah, it didn't stick to anyone. Like you said, it wasn't really a spy. It wasn't a good spy thriller.
No. And I mean, those are successful. I mean, your favorite franchise is a spy thriller.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's just like it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing else for y'all. Gonna have some guests for our The Bear review. Actually, I'm halfway through the last episode. I have so much to talk about. Talk about good writing. Talk about great story. It's going to be a great conversation. We're going to have 2 of our friends on here. I don't know if Sam will have time to watch it. It is a lot. And yeah, that joint begin you in your feels somehow. And it's about cooking and doesn't make sense, but it's just really good.
I got to binge the second season, but they're not still in the restaurant in the second season, are they?
Gotta watch and see.
Okay, all right.
if Sam can get on here, I guarantee that will be a complete opposite of what you just listened to, because that's it. I want you guys to watch, and I want more perspectives. I know sometimes y'all don't want to just hear from us, but I have 2 other people that enjoy film and enjoy good television as much as we do. So I comment down below if you even care about talking about this show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening to us rant about Secret Invasion. I didn't even want it to go this long, but it is what it is, y'all. Thanks to you all for watching. Like you said, Secret Invasion, let us know what you think. And yeah, until next time, we out.
Deuces.